In today's video, we will look at some practical tips and tricks that will help you use GenAI for your library searching and assessment tasks. It is vital that you understand when and how to use AI and the ethics of doing so. Before we go into the nuts and bolts of the demonstration, let's take a look at where to find some background information on GenAI. On the left, you'll see some important information about large language models and how to use them. If you pop into prompt engineering, you can see some more detailed information about how to create a good prompt and the craft method of prompt engineering. If we go back over to the left, you'll see some important details for referencing and the Primo Research Assistant, which is the library catalogue's AI-powered tool allowing you to search the library catalogue using natural language questions. But today we'll have a more detailed look at Copilot, and that is the recommended platform ensuring that your academic work remains private and secure. Before you start using GenAI, you must be aware of the GenAI tool use descriptor allocated to your assessment. You can find that here on the GenAI students page, which has a whole host of information about using GenAI. Essentially, it is a traffic light system letting you know how much GenAI you can use for your assessment task. Today, let's imagine that we are working on an assessment with a Level 2 GenAI use. This means that students can use AI to guide research, structure ideas, and clarify concepts, but may not use it to generate written content for submission. So let's jump into Copilot now. Your assignment task might be something like develop a professional classroom management plan. So you can just type in your prompt, something like, what does a classroom management plan look like for teachers in Australia? As we scroll down, we can see that it has provided a very detailed explanation of classroom management and what is usually included. It has also discussed what it looks like in practice and how it's used. But what's really important to note is at the bottom, Copilot asks if it can help you generate a plan. Now, you cannot use Copilot in this assessment to draft a plan or generate a narration script. However, we can use it to show an example of how a classroom management plan may be presented. So a prompt that we could pop in next would be something like, provide an example in a PDF format of how a classroom management plan template may look. So Copilot has worked its magic and created here a link to a PDF template. It's also provided a brief description of the template and how you might use it. So all you have to do is click that and it will take you to a PDF template of a classroom management plan. The last prompt we are going to do is about finding government policies. For an assessment such as this, you'll want to refer to the government policies that support your topic. So we can pop in a prompt, what government policies are in place that reflect student behaviour in New South Wales? Note that in this example, you could change the prompt depending on the state or territory, or you could also ask for all policies. But for this one, we want to be looking at just New South Wales. Something crucial to remember. We need to reference the source. We never use Copilot as the reference. So look at the full policy on the Department of Education's website, not the summary in Copilot. So as you can see, we've got a lot of information here, but you will have these little links. And if you click those, it will take you to the Department of Education's website where you can find the actual source, and that is where you read and cite from. As you can go down, you can see where Copilot has got its information from, and at the end, if you click this button, which is sources, you've got the whole list here of where Copilot has got its information. So you click through to these, and that is your source that you will be citing in your reference list. If the sources are not supplied by Copilot, then your next prompt would simply be to ask Copilot to supply the reference. Let's finish up by circling back to how you acknowledge GenAI use. And you can see in our guide, we've got the referencing section, and there's a lot of information there on acknowledging your use, including the acknowledgement statement template. We also have a YouTube video made in collaboration with the Learning Zone if you want some more information there. And depending on your referencing style that you are needing to use, you can pop into the required style and find out more information about referencing and citing.